The story begins with showing the head of our protagonist Victor van Baskerville on a guillotine, Royal Hound of the Baskerville family, but he was sentenced to death after being falsely accused of associating with the demon clan. As he faced his death, he said to himself if he were to live again he would never live as a hound. But he opened his eye, found himself in a nursery. As he was confused, he thought to himself, is he in hell? In the meantime, the leader of the Baskerville family, Hugo, a Baskerville, was inspecting the children's cradle. He roamed around the room and noticed children's crying and dismissed them as insignificant and even referred to them as trash. However, when he approached Victor, he noticed that he was quieter than others. Hugo ordered for Victor to be moved to the cradle of swords immediately. The attendants followed without anything. As Victor was moved, he stared at Hugo and realized Hugo was the main culprit of his rinnagan death. Finally, he realizes that he was been regressed to past as a baby. In his past life, he lived as a royal hound and he was born from an illegitimate family. Due to that, he didn't receive proper training. The reason he stayed royal was because he wanted to acknowledge by the family and Hugo. But he was sentenced to death for his hard efforts, simply because he knew too much. But now he swore to himself he would never live that life again, and he will take revenge from those who did wrong to him. However, he is too small for that now, but being moved to Cradle was a good opportunity for him to grow stronger. Cradle of Swords is a trial for the children's born into Baskerville family. Children's are thrown into a maze of swords to get a river called Styx River, and after that they need to get to the Styx River to be examined for their talents. Styx River is a legendary river that turns the bodies of the children into iron. However, there is a limit to how many children it can affect. As Victor passes through blades, he thought to himself this time will be different. After that, he jumped into Styx River. As he jumped into the river, the water swapping deep into his body and bones through the cuts of blades, and it will make a big difference for his road to being strong. He thought to himself he needs to endure it as much as possible no matter how painful it is. Attendants outside are shouting that he will die if he stay underwater any longer. But Hugo was amazed. He asked Barrymore, a head butler of the family, how much time has passed since Victor got in the river? Barrymore replied around 7 minutes has passed. With smirk in his face, Hugo said Victor might die. He told Victor, referring as son to Cain now. Victor heard Hugo's voice that he wouldn't come out that easily. He said he needs to absorb as much as he can until the end. Even after he started to lose his breath, he kept thinking he needs to endure it. He said to himself, endure, endure, and endure. Suddenly Hugo pulled up Victor from water. With a kind of joy, he said Victor has even grown his teeth. He asked Barrymore what is the beau's name. Barrymore replied that it's young master Victor van Baskerville. Hugo with devilish smile said Victor. It seems a greedy son had been born. But Victor told to himself enjoy as much as possible Hugo. Right now he need to use this time to sharpen his canines silently. And when the time came for him to rip his master's head off, the Baskerville family will disappear into history. Hugo led Baskerville's bastard son Victor van Baskerville. At the age of 8 he was talented enough to call a genius, but he was considered ordinary in his family. At the age of 20 he took on assassination, espionage and conquest type missions. The age of 29 he felt that he had reached his limit in swordsmanship compared to those of direct lineage. At 30 years of age the great leading to the demonic realm opened, making the beginning of demon clan's invasion. At 35 years of age he endured through the era destruction, slaughtering demons left and right. At 39 years of age the long war finally came to an end with the victory of humans. At 40 years of age he was rewarded for his royalty, and the reward was defamation, false accusation, and execution by the guillotine. As Victor regained his consciousness on bed, he looks around and came to a realization that he had successfully absorbed the Styx River. This was a major achievement, and he knew that he now had a better starting point in life than before. Suddenly he heard the door open and a maid enter the room. The maid seemed surprised and murmured to herself, saying, why Madame had asked to place this sort of thing on the bed of the young master Victor. Victor was surprised to hear the maid refer Madame, as he never expected anyone in the Baskerville family to give him a bastard a present. As Victor saw the box opening, he was shocked to see two bloody mambas coming out of if Madame had sent them assassinate him. He knew that there are only few people in Baskerville family would be referred as Madame, and whoever it is, she was probably trying to reduce competition. As he realized that these snake can kill of all the babies in the nursery, Victor caught both the mambas with his bare hands. Filled with hatred, he thought that he would bring the entire Baskerville family with his own hands. Next morning everyone was shocked. They saw Victor was sleeping right beside two dead vipers. All nannies who were on the shift that night were executed after torture. No one knows what happened that night. Only one knows what happened is Vikyr himself. After that 8 years had passed, Vikyr has grown a lot and was taking class about mana control and sword mastery. Teacher saw that Vikyr wasn't paying attention to the class. He was deep in his thoughts and was thinking about how many years will take him to kill Hugo, as he is considered a genius and that doesn't seem to fit well with some kids. They tried to bully Vikyr and calling him a trash half, telling him he's just illegitimate half. There were rumors going around about him that he were submerged in Styx River for 7 minutes and killed poisonous snakes in his cradle. As Vikyr was unfazed and he knows them very well, they are the one that put the false accusations on him and stabbed him when he was running away. They are called Hugo Le Baskerville's Trident. Vikyr thought in just 10 years, it will grow to become tricky enemies he has to face. One told Vikyr, when he go into River Styx for a long time his body will become like steel and he won't be hard by blades. That's what he heard. Another trident give a signal to his brother. He quickly grabbed Vikyr breath and told Vikyr to hold it for 3 minutes. If Vikyr can he will eat his finger. Plus Vikyr held out for 7 minutes in Styx River. Vikyr thought to himself it might be good to teach them a lesson, so he will play along for a bit. The tridents were shocked to see even after 3 and 10 minutes Vikyr was holding his breath. They finally realized all about him was real. The scene has become awkward for them, and they let Vikyr go. But suddenly one of the trident finger got cut by the mouth of Vikyr. They asked Vikyr what's he doing. With a devilish smile Vikyr replied didn't he said he'd eat his hand. 2 of the trident tried to express that they not scared. The one whose finger got cut can't hide his scarcity. They tried to leave and asked the priest to stick the finger back on, but Vikyr told them who said they could go. Hearing that one tried to stab Vikyr by saying that they were 1 year older than him. But he got dumbfounded that knife didn't even scratch Vikyr. Vikyr twisted the hand of him and said it is Baskerville, if you had strength and talent something like age doesn't even matter. With another devilish smile Vikyr told them let's play until the end brothers.